So once again, as a cabinet minister, I'm not aware that there's been a cabinet decision against prosecutions.
When we've decided that we are going to carry a lot of difficult decisions with regards to foreigners who are into our forests and also into defrauding people, just due to crime. If you are in our forest doing either galamsey or cutting our trees, or you are using what our people popularly call sakawa or defrauding, for these two, we are not interested in prosecuting you. Our first option is to return you back into your country and put you on the stop list.
And that we should just deport. I think that at that point, the Honorable Muntaka was offering probably a personal, analysis of the situation, because as a cabinet minister, I do know that there's been no cabinet position on that matter. And my personal position on this is still consistent, that there should be prosecution. We have to treat everybody equally. You prosecute, they should serve time if they are found guilty, and then after which they can be deported. We shouldn't have an animal farm situation. We shouldn't have a situation where it's as though we are treating foreigners better than we treat our own people, especially when sometimes they are the ones who are the real, culprits, who are bringing in all these chamfines and these excavators. So, sometimes we need to really look at the context.
The Interior Minister is the one in charge of internal security. So if he tells the media that this is what we are doing, that cannot be his personal view. Because you are not the implementing ministry. In fact, you said that on Monday, that your job is for those who come in, or in fact, your job is foreign affairs. So the Interior Minister, the one whose ministry oversees the police, the immigration, and the prisons, is telling Ghanaians on record that they will deport foreigners for them to be treated in their own country. That's, I mean, foreigners engaged in galamsey to face immediate deportation. In fact, you actually said it yourself too.
If you
April 7.
Yes, if you play that video, I talked about prosecution and deportation.
Yes, but your colleague did. Your colleague said we're just deporting. Interior Minister.
And I've said that it's not the cabinet position.
So did you raise it in the next cabinet meeting that Interior Minister, what you are saying risks being misconstrued as our position, because in opposition we said this is a wrong policy. Did you raise that in cabinet?
I do know that as we speak, the current Attorney General is prosecuting foreign nationals. I don't want to appear to be picking on, even though we know there's a suspect. Prosecutions are going on. And the President has said in cabinet that prosecute. Let's make an example of that.
Okay.
So I don't think these are the countries that, if you look at their numbers, it's been going up, and they have made a lot of offers. Japan has announced $1.5 billion in investment in Africa, and they want countries, African countries, to present, strategic cooperation documents to benefit from that. China is also looking at its Belt and Road initiatives. Recently, I signed a $30 million grant for an Aflao market. They are looking at even more, projects in Ghana. They have extended a special invitation to President Mahama. So in October, he will be President Xi's guest in Beijing. So when you have, these countries, you've talked about Narendra Modi visiting us, the historic visit. No Indian president has visited Ghana in more than 30 years. So it should tell you that there's also appetite on their side, and with what President Trump is also doing with all of these tariff wars, they are looking for new markets. So we have to position ourselves. And as President Mahama reminds us, this is a time in all of this adversity and uncertainty, this fragility, this fracture, this turbulence, we should position ourselves to take full advantage. Okay. And that's what we are doing within a global South framework. And that really
we understand
has been a strategic
the
position.
Chinese leader met some world leaders recently and sort of presented an alternative view of global leadership. Yes. So I feel the concern is that the Western world has a certain model, and the Chinese leader possibly is the leader of the third world, or whatever they want to call it. So we may be forced to make a decision, because you've said friends to all, enemies to none. Ghana historically was non-aligned. So instead of the Cold War, which was in the 80s, it looks like there's going to be America versus everybody else, and we will be forced to make a choice. How are we navigating that? Because the Chinese are actually offering a model of world leadership. They are not basically saying just do business. They're saying our way is better than the American way. And we know they and Americans have been at localized for a while. So as we cozy up to the so-called South-South, we are also going to then be potentially alienating ourselves from the US, who have traditionally, in your own words, been a good friends to Ghana.
So my mentor, the Osagyefo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, navigated very skillfully at the height of the Cold War, was able to get American support for the Akosobo Dam project. At the same time, got Russian support.
There's a reason for it. Because we'll be in our confidence in Jomama. So bet me I the papia until how Sika no one is why they will save no ha. Now they had the insecurity. So for the first time under Jomama, we've had people who are saying they cannot guarantee their safety under Jomama. Into your one move to our neighboring country, acquire refugees. Now, as if that's our issue, no, being who say highlighting here in Ghana, say over 13,000 people, Ghanaians, say under Jomama, and so on the backyard, Cote d'Ivoire. Aside that, the killings, Ube sorry be a negative news, and the media is silent. I've shared Jomama in it. The media encounter just 3 days ago. So they are not big. I'm sure that they are very big one. They show almost all maybe questions. We are so disappointed with the way Ghanaians voted for somebody. We know sir he's incompetent. What demonstrated clearly to us I want to me move on my yet you signed the 2 mission and sir. I can't forgive myself. So why your mama again? The first term of the mama actually a pay for yourself on your and we had Asofwo, we had everybody supporting him. And true I was say, and I mean no can say, you itinerary. You person you itinerary or able Kruma. Because when you say Kruma na Airbus. Yeah, friends are coach. So only the official one. And because of that, this guy is not disclosing his itinerary for UK. Prior to 2016, you tried the Common Foreign Office said this is a country who said Nipa or papa. And to the same way, send a medical culture. A time is coming, you go to Ayɛka. Yeah, more top every Ghana. They can buy it from any other source, but not Ghana, because of what your mama is doing. And to Miss Ramwa, my time kakra me warning. Now, what you not do? Oh, come on.
Kwame yeda se wonso wa be share wo opinion. Ebusuafo se won follow. Platform ya no one follow. Me sure aha fact-based network. Me patch of fact-based network so ena wo wono. Program a would see ye friend fact affairs. Fact affairs ain't no me patch on follow page na no follow. Would na hana wo like here you huna like it. Or gift a wuti me to the maye eni die mu a. Abeku bomodi ana to aso na ye nko.
All right, okay, I'm that's it. So, I think that
mon kwaswa na mon share your friend say live no we betimi repost wa we repost no adwuma na kindly repost it wa we repost no so nya adwuma we say we share to story no eni de mu a share effort to story na bomode na events nkofo na omon join the fact affairs me say na kana segment na ya ma very prolonged segment because unfortunately I'm starting term enti yegusua ye kind of segment no but enche bia ye be introduce the topic of the day kwekwa be ku me so kenja gumi yenko fire obia in a professional manner mami.
All right, anyway, me that's it. So I think say topic obia can be akwa ye galamsey asem na we are no free ones who are my Ghana. In fact, Ghana
a topic of the day, so we will delve deeper when we are doing the topic of the day. But bits and headlines, which me Febia now address my.
All right, you see, Ghana and 7 doors want to the extent say, oh, person can be cry, oh, baby, I will shall see free. Because my mama member 9 months and I said, yat will be yatna hell for 9 years. And clearly, no, Obia ati asese John Dramani Mahama de onye mi papa bia obeye diama o my Ghana. Now, ni amepese Ghana for agitumu ne se mo wo gidie se Mahama be solve galamsey ya enyo moboa. Mahama enyi gidie bia na se oni botaye bia so oba be solve because e ho no benya ni sika afi. O man na yetimo no. Mahama ene na busuafo abomutirimu pose baabi a ye sika wo no e ho e no mo so makoma wo. Enti no mo baaye no madanadi ama ye nyina hu se gold na e wo man we mu no e ho e no mo sika wo e ho no makoma wo enti e ho e no mo de mo kuku saka nyina abaeden ababegu na eye me nwanwa se ye koko hia ana Mahama hia media na ye toto Mahama no na question omo ankasa atworo e de ama media fo se mombra mbebisa me na ye san bisa Mahama ye bold esa ma ye cheeky answer. In fact odi Ghana fo atem na eno na kire how a Ghana for ye nya atwom especially media no me maka say ye twa Mahama 4 years we are ye traditional media ne de obi am serious bi ye twa Mahama 4 years we are obi anu obefa traditional media ne serious bi because clearly under Mahama o mama ye hu say and yes Mahama person on person mo beka say o mo ankasa kra your madwen say they will not talk. They have chosen a side and they want to tilt towards the government than the ordinary Ghanaian. They want Ghanaians to suffer. Entino ye to me etwa Mahama member we area Ghana media ne de me sure so bia be form serious. And of course Mahama wanted to gag. In fact, he wants to gag the social media also, which is not going to work. Enti I know the enfant to ni trim. Na kuya ye me wan say ye bisa o man panyin say galamsey no obeye den yetu ho akwa na ose se asase ne ye de anti se Ghana fo na ne betu na asase ne be sei kurampo anye hwe. This is your president. And okan ye na enkrofo bi na mabonte oh say Ghana fo nye etu. You see me hu hawa Ghana fo ye dwene. Asem na okan ye no se nabusuafo nye betu. Ena nabusuafo be nye sika. Assassin say that is what Mahama is saying literally because oba ye no galamso mo mayeti ase say Emmanuel Amakofi bu abetina TV so esunye e ka kire Ghana for say ye ma no ho kwan no nche wontumi no nje ne licenses no tumi chi wontumi no nje ne licenses a galamse no eto atwa ye ho documentary e be bo kire yen menyim se mo refia e ma ni suye edi tissue nko adaka baako na ye pepa nani ase na eba ne ye pepa na nisuo na eba no su Ghana fo hu ni mobo because of course Ghana fo de ehuru mobo de bia ye the emotions edi agro wo man we muti NDC fo hu say emotions nko ade onya trigger obenya Ghana fo ena ye de want to me fa or how musant ne obi afa say once a contaminating ye nya jom licenses a ya jom concession o munya mining bia mu de galamsey ne eto atwa ene hwe baabi a Ghana galamsey di akwakodu ene ye tu galamsey tu ama voter region 2024 omo ka kire na Nado Danko Akufo-Addo say he dare not na omo mo de se na Nado betumi atu galamsey kura sa akwakotu wo wiem but omo masa so pa de omo nsuo de enye fidant na ye de omo twampoa voter region voter league nsuo nye di twampoa wo man we mu say voter pe eno masa ase de ye ntu gold nti omo nsuo ani da hokoro gen ende videos ne wa abonten nsuo nya fiase ani sei omo ntumi nkasa na Akosua Roxen me to sankra we dia ma fama won crofo no mutumi tutu montoma ne mochacha e bankan e be ye demonstration so obi aka asem wo parliament asem e ye nokore mututu ntoma e de mo we na ya mo we nkra friend den oh musa den bobobo mo na musa bobobo no
omo a
Musa sa mo ma no bankan e be wo so o motugu ye so krede
akoso asare na ma ye bobobo freestyle
aha na mu him because obi agina parliament aka asem bi mo nte ase ntanu no mu nya lole fe saa time na nsuo kura fa keta mu refie no mo ankai mo be sa bobobo voter voice of his way MPP wase ho won so beje odi e fa komo mo be wo so motugu ye so won kran say yen retract asem bi obi aka yen yi obi o ka asem nende mo munsuo ni na ese na ani na esesa no montumi nkasa enne de ma ye di montumi nkasa you see me say enyama na ekoso no eda mo amoye nya atwem wo man we mu eda mo nyina musuban ye di ne ehwemo me maka me say munina try be ni we nyina obi abeko low battery because mama ya ma kire say mo ye nya atwem e wo man we mu na mama membo nje be expose munina anti voter region se mu obibi ya mo nsori black vote na ya je na mama ojama na busuani no a cross ya wura savannah na ye dia ma no gold no mo munya bi ndi eno dia mo fanto mutrim mahama betu oni na busuafo betu na owi amo mo be sofa na mo ankasa kora po je mo asase ensuo kakran so amo be no mo nso no ye huru gold no hu fia gum mo be no nya sign na mo to aba mo nya mpuntu wo mo hoda wo dan so to mo si ye mama gbele mo be to aba mpa ye de mama no mato mo la se